Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Retro Gamers Podcast, episode number 393. Larry here.
And Anthony here.
What is going on, good sir?
Oh, I am once again on location.
Yes, let's do it. Anthony, today?
Anthony's in Canada.
Oh, look at that, the Great White North.
hmm Yeah, as
Interesting.
you can tell by the great white light behind me.
Yeah, that is definitely a lot
that
of
that
lot
is
of
trying
light,
to poke through.
and clearly still Starbucks are up there.
There are actually I didn't even go to Starbucks yet this morning. I refilled my cup from
Oh,
yesterday.
what? Oh, okay. I'm like, don't tell me you travel with a Starbucks cup.
Nope. I just reuse it, to try and be a little economical since I'm wasting so much plastic going there
1% of
every day.
1%. It's okay. Well, I don't know what they do up there. They put milk in plastic, so they're worse than we are.
Oh, I know. It's a thing and it's frightening.
Well,
Absolutely frightening. There's your horror for October.
yes,
Milk and bags.
we are in October.
Yes.
No, so enjoy your trip, of course.
Thank you.
And but we're gonna get right into things here because we got a fun topic. Well, for those who click on the thing, you already seen the topic title. So we're gonna talk about some
Yeah.
movies, TV shows, and I got a fun little thing to come up here to show off. But first, and as always, were you able to do any traveling up there?
When you say traveling, I
Well,
think you mean shopping.
exactly.
Yeah. No, I did hit up a store really quickly. I didn't have a lot of time because I
Okay.
just got here yesterday. But their version of like Goodwill,
Hmm.
which is called Value Village, and
We've
I've
talked
talked
about
about
this
them.
before.
Yeah, we've
Yes,
talked about them
yes.
before. So I swung over there really quickly yesterday because I was like, maybe I'll find a thing or two. I did find some retro stuff for my guest bedroom at home, which I am
Oh,
converting into a nice 80s retro
you really
room.
are. Those look. You put it up some. I think. Did you post some? Yeah, you posted one picture. I think
I
on
think
social media.
no, I think I shared it in
Oh, you shared it
Messenger.
in
I
the.
haven't posted it. I
Oh,
haven't
okay.
posted it because I wanna finish the room
Fair enough.
before I get there. But I did pick up some VHS tapes yesterday.
They still have those. What the heck?
They still have
Do
them
you
in places like Goodwill. Yeah.
do you have an American converted VCR to be able to play Canadian VHS?
No, these will
No, it's
just
not.
these will just play in French.
Oh, okay, okay.
Sure.
Oui, oui.
Yeah, exactly. So like but I picked up some really cool ones that I found like I found Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Oh, wow.
Like I've been trying to pick up ones that I remember owning on VHS, like as the nostalgia one, and just ones that would be a cool nostalgia trip. So I grabbed that. I grabbed The Quick and the Dead, which is the Sharon Stone,
Yes.
Leonardo
Wow.
DiCaprio. Yeah, I watched that movie
I was gonna
so much when it
say
came out. I don't know
that was a
why.
pull. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why, but like I just saw it randomly sitting there, and I said, "Oh, I was like, this will look nice on the shelf." And I grabbed a few other ones that I can't think of off the top of my head.
Okay.
Gaming wise, though, they didn't really have a bunch. They had a lot of Wii games there, and they were all the ones that nobody would want anymore, like Sing It and basically all the dancing ones that
So
like.
so you're not looking to go completionist as far as a Wii collection.
No, I think that's safe to
Okay.
say. So. But I did grab something oddly, like I seem to be finding a lot of things for the PC these days.
Well, that's good. Oh my gosh. Yes, you sure
Yep.
did. As far as
Yes,
our chat. Yeah.
yeah. Well, that wasn't me, that was John, but that was a whole
Still.
other story. Yeah. But they did have one thing on PC that I grabbed that I was just like, okay, I can add this to the collection. But I grabbed a copy of Tetris Worlds.
Nice.
Yeah,
Very
for the
cool.
PC, which is cool. With Tetris Worlds is everything you love about Tetris and more with beautiful 3D graphics and six variations of Tetris gameplay.
Six. Holy cow.
So, yep, and this one it is recommended to use Windows 95, 98, or ME. Remember ME?
Millennium.
Millennium
Good
Edi-
Lord.
Millennium Edition.
Yes.
And you need a whole 32 megabytes of RAM.
Wow, that might be in your literal thumbnail.
Yeah, basically. But I will say this, like for a disc that's like over 20 years old, it is sparkling,
I feel like, yeah, no, that's really good condition.
super
Yeah.
clean. So,
I feel like I might have or had it on PS2. I feel like
yeah,
I could be wrong. Yeah.
Tetris Worlds did release. I don't remember which
Yeah, it was one of
consoles it
them, man.
released on, but it definitely released on console. So it does exist there. But I was just like, you know what? It was there. It was like $2 or $3. I was like, okay,
Okay.
I'll add it to the PC
Yeah, why
collection.
not?
And then I'll install it when I get home and play some Tetris Worlds.
Yes.
Because I do have a PC with Windows 98.
You do. It's awesome.
Yeah. What about you? Any shopping on your end?
No, this week really laid low. So I don't have, shockingly,
Hmm.
anything new to show off yet. Is anything
Okay.
coming in today? I can't remember. There's
Oh,
some
wow.
Prime deals going on, so I got to remember what I might or might not have purchased from
Oh,
Prime.
yeah. I took advantage of Prime deals, but they were like adult things for the house stuff, and
Whoa. Oh, okay.
it made me very sad.
Well, I was eyeballing while you're doing that for your home. I was eyeballing. It was like almost half off the
Hmm.
4 terabyte SSD card for the
Oh,
PlayStation
yes,
5.
you pointed that
I
out.
did not pull the trigger on it, but
I
oh
was
man.
I was tempted, but instead I went with like a weekly shower cleaner.
Oh wow. Yeah, I had when I was in the when I was in the apartment downstairs, all you got to do is buy one of those like scrub-a-dub, whatever those things are, with the I forgot what the brand is, with the little scrub
Yeah, little scrub
yeah.
guy. Hmm.
You hang this giant contraption on the shower head. Yes,
Hmm.
yes, you hit a
And it
button. It
spins.
goes,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's all I
I need
needed.
one of those. I need to get
Yeah,
one.
so simple.
But
Well,
but
very
anyway,
cool.
yeah, so that was it. Oh, and I will say I did get sadly an update from Limited Run Games. The Clock Tower set was supposed to release and deliver this month in time for Halloween. It's been pushed back to November.
Oh, hey, look, a month ain't that bad.
For Limited
So,
Run, no.
no, yeah,
Unless it said November 2025 and I missed it, which would not surprise me with them either.
bro, hold on. I'm going to be honest with you. That situation just happened to me, whatnot, 2 days ago.
Mm,
So with my Funko Pops, right? I had ordered from, and this is not their fault, but Entertainment Earth, which is an amazing site
yep.
to buy like collectibles and stuff. Oh my God, they're amazing. So I had ordered like last year when the Trailer Park Boys Funkos came out, Ricky,
Hmm.
Julian, and Bubbles. So I'm like, oh, I'm on it because I love the Trailer Park Boys. I mean, there's only very few things of Canadian that I love. And it's
Hmm.
like Pam Anderson, Shorzy, and Letterkenny, and the Trailer Park Boys. So, so I ordered the three of them. Now, this is when I still was collecting them in boxes. So
Hmm.
again, this whole situation bit me in the butt, big time. Okay, so I get the three of them, but the Julian pop was the box was not super damaged, but damaged enough that I was like, this isn't
Mm.
what I'm looking for. And Entertainment Earth gets it, so I processed the replacement. They were very cool and very easy with it. But what they did was they like refunded me the piece because it was back ordered at that point.
Okay.
So like maybe I might have ordered them a year and a half ago because I feel like a year later passed by and I just messaged them like 2 days ago. I'm like, oh hey, any update on this Julian pop vinyl that I'm supposed to be getting the replacement? And then they emailed me back going, very polite. Well, in July, actually like July 12th, we emailed you advising that the manufacturer is no longer making the Julian Funko Pop.
Oh,
So, we did process a full refund for you and we apologize for any inconvenience. And I wrote back like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that email. No problem. We're all good to go." Which explains why the stupid thing is going for like $80 online right now.
right.
Um, and of course, now that they're all out of the boxes, because there was nothing wrong with the with the
Yeah.
pop itself, but here I am returning it. So now, of the three characters that make up the Trailer Park Boys, I got two of them staring at me, and I don't know if or when I'll ever pull the trigger on a Julian pop vinyl.
Uh,
Oh,
well, well, to pay that much money to take it out of the box, I think. Well, then
ah.
again, I'm sure there are some you took out of the box that are worth more.
No, no, those so far, nope, those I've kept in boxes. So there are a handful
Okay.
besides the autographed ones. Like my Macho Man is still in box.
Okay.
So I've definitely some of them are still in box. But yeah, so I need like some sort of like I need him to like rob a store or like commit some sort of heinous act so then the price does drop
Hmm.
on his pops. And then I'm like, all right, here we go. I'm good to
That makes
go.
sense.
Oh God, I'm so mad. In any event. Well, at least the two. At least I got Ricky and Bubbles protecting the Lickermans that I got, so that's good.
Okay. Well, that's important.
In any
But you,
event,
but I will, if I ever remember, I will constantly remind you that you do not have the set.
no, it's yeah,
Yeah. See.
that's not
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. You're buying
So
it. You're buying it.
it's
You're
only a
buying it
matter
as soon
of
as
time.
you're buying it as soon as we're done recording. Let's just put it out there.
Then that might be a very very strong possibility.
Hmm. Yep.
So, All right. Well, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this episode. And as much as I know you're traveling, you were kind enough to take some time out of your busy schedule to
I
check
did.
out. We had actually Netflix had dropped a new series on
Yes.
Netflix. I don't know if you would call it an anime. I think it's Netflix original, but it's I guess it has anime style to it. It is Tomb Raider: The Legend of Lara Croft.
Yes.
And the trailer, oh my gosh, this thing looked amazing.
Yeah, the
And
trailer looked great. It was definitely interesting. And to be honest with you, for me, it kind of snuck up on me because I think I remember hearing about it a while ago and then crickets.
I think we briefly mentioned it at some
Hmm.
point, and you're right. And then I just a couple weeks ago got Netflix again
Hmm.
to check out a certain documentary, which was amazing. And then preparing for January for Raw. But when I was
Hmm.
going through the new and noteworthy, I'm like, oh, Lara Croft. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot we talked about this. So it dropped on October 10th. The poster, I love. I'd actually ought to get the poster. Poster's gorgeous. Oh, and side note, we're gonna no spoilers. Really, we only watched the first episode, right? You only caught the
Yep.
first episode.
I,
Okay,
I only watched first episode,
that's
which
fine.
felt long.
It was no, I think it
It
might
was
have been
long, wasn't it?
40 something minutes,
Yeah,
maybe.
that's what I thought. Because I was sitting there, I said, "Wait a minute." I said, "Am I watching a TV series or a movie?"
But was it long because you were into it, or was it long because you were so bored? Because that's
No,
happened
no,
to
no,
us
no, no, no,
before.
no. It was long because it was just long because I noticed that it was
Okay,
going
fair
on for
enough.
a while. I was enjoying it.
Yeah, no, it was
Yeah.
great, and Lara Croft being played by Haley Atwell, so
Yep.
Captain
Good old,
Britain, whatever her name was.
good old Captain Carter.
Captain Goddard. And so again, no spoilers. So we're not going to give any spoilers out. At least we're going to try not to. So if we do, our
Hmm.
bad. But first of all, visually, again, it looks so spectacular with this animation. Um, it's funny. I've noticed this with this and some other animation. Maybe it's a style nowadays, almost like Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse.
Yes.
Like it's not like smooth animation, like it's purposely
Hmm.
done, not jittery, but you can see it's almost like they cut out every like half second of animation sometimes.
Yeah.
And there's just something about that I love nowadays. I don't know, maybe it's just a new style that they're doing.
Yeah, it's a style that's been around for a while, but it hasn't really, it didn't really catch on in the States
Hmm.
as well. Or I should say, I guess it didn't catch on in the States on like a bigger level
Yeah, yeah.
for a
Probably
longer
not until
time.
Spider-Man, yeah.
Yeah, and I think Spider-Man actually did kind of open everybody's eyes to it and be like, hey, you know what? This is like kind of cool and slick and fun and
Hmm.
different and now everybody's starting to kind of go in that direction. I thought the X-Men
The new
the
one?
X-Men 97 I
Okay.
thought kind of did a little bit of that, but this
Okay.
one definitely embraced it more and I really enjoy the style.
Yeah, no, it's
Uh,
very cool.
yeah.
So this game's going to take place really in the trilogy reboot.
Show.
Yeah, the show that is. I'm sorry. Taking place during the trilogy reboot, which is really cool because I haven't really had a chance to play the reboot series, so
I
this would
still
be
have to
fun to
buy it.
watch. Yeah, and also a fun fact that I saw here: Haley Atwell originally considered to play the live action Lara Croft in 2018.
Yeah, yeah,
So
she was in the running with Alicia Vikander who wound up getting it, right?
yes,
Is that her
and
name?
your guess is as good as mine as far as pronouncing it, but you're in the ballpark.
Yeah.
Um, and no disrespect to Haley Atwell, but the age difference between the two of them, um, interesting. That like I wonder what style it would have went with Haley, who is definitely older. I think Haley isn't Haley like in her 50s at this point or something.
No, I don't think she's
No,
that old.
oh my bad.
No.
Sorry, Haley.
Wow. Wow. I hope Haley doesn't listen to our
No,
show.
that was yeah. I really thought she was
We're
older.
gonna get some hate mail.
What? Hey, listen, it'd be awesome if she was listening. Oh,
That's very
when
true.
when was she born?
That'd be another celebrity you can make an enemy with.
Oh, just add them to the list, right? I have
Yes.
no problem with that.
I know you do.
Oh, she was born in 82. Jesus, she's younger than us. Okay.
Yes.
Wow, well, with that being said, nevertheless,
Oops,
yeah,
sorry.
yeah, totally. So yeah, so again, it's gonna be tough to dance around this without giving any spoilers, but basically, the way the episode just opened up with just typical Tomb Raider fashion,
Hmm.
her, dodging enemies and running around and doing all these jumps and whatnots. Again, I'm being very extremely vague here, folks.
Machete people.
Yes, right, and that gorgeous when it has to. This is what's great about current animation nowadays. When things have to pop, they
Mhm.
pop. And that green vessel or whatever you want to call it, the green
Yes.
box that she ends up picking up, the jade box, if you will.
Yes.
Again, it's I don't want to talk too much about the story,
Hmm.
other than it was just very cool to watch, and it felt like you were watching the video game, which works for me.
Yeah, I thought so too. It felt like a story plucked right out of the video game, which was great. What I will say about it, which again, not giving anything away, what I like about it, and maybe this is why, like when I was sitting there, I said, "Wow," I go, "They're really taking their time with this," is that they take enough time to give you some character development, which is great because like even though we know Lara Croft, it's like which what kind of Lara Croft are we going to see in this
Hmm.
series? And I thought they did a really good job with that, and they it kind of gave me a little bit of a vibe from the 2018 movie
Okay.
in terms of the character direction as opposed to like the Angelina Jolie Tomb Raider who
Yeah.
like everything about her was just like she's really cool, she's really slick, nothing ever nothing really ever
Yeah.
goes wrong type of thing. um so I liked the way they painted her
Flawed her,
character.
kind
Yeah.
of.
Yeah. They definitely flawed her, which is good. It's always good to have a flawed character.
Yeah,
Um,
and like my favorite part is, and without going into detail, of course, when she's in the dress, she had to dress up for
mhm.
something, but she's still rocking sneakers.
Yep.
So like there's always a little something, like she's not always as prim and proper as, a British heiress or whatever might be. Not an heiress, but
Hmm.
definitely she has money.
Yes.
But when it comes down to it, especially in the situation that she found herself in, she's
Sneakers
always,
helped.
yeah, she's ready to go. And beyond that, she just her disinterest in stuff was
Yes.
very fun to see as well.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and that's what I liked about her. I liked the way they portrayed all of that. So she just like, you know, she does this really cool thing that everybody like, you know, is like looks up to, like,
Mhm.
with the whole raiding tombs and finding artifacts and all this stuff. But then she's just a regular person who can get as bored with that stuff once you take it out of the tomb,
Mhm.
and it gets to the rich and glamorous part of it. And yeah, and I thought they did a really good job nailing all of that. I thought most importantly, the action sequences in it were fantastic.
Beautiful.
Not just the opening scene, there are a number of different action sequences in
Hmm.
there, and I thought they did them really, really well.
And again, talking about like the first action sequence, again, almost plucked straight out of a video game, like different like level
Yep,
types and everything. So,
yep.
very cool. What do you think overall, as far as and we're in nowhere saying that it's too much, too little, gratuitous or not, but definitely the violence level is up there
Yeah.
for a show like this. So,
Yeah, I will say it was a little surprising to me to see that, but I'm also thinking along the lines of when it comes to animation and violence, I guess maybe even here in the States, we're still not, it's still not a norm, I don't think.
well, I didn't mean it like that. Well, I apologize. That was just the way I presented it. Like, for example, we're going to talk about another show here in a moment, but the original Castlevania series.
Yep.
Like, we knew going in that was going to be violent. That
Oh
was
yeah.
like the blood and everything was awesome. But I'm saying, like, you expect that from a Castlevania show. Like,
Hmm.
for Tomb Raider, I'm not saying they can't be violence. I'm
Oh,
just
I
saying,
see what
like,
you're
oh,
saying.
that was a little, like a little more for a Tomb Raider. You know
Mm,
what I mean? And again, I'm not condemning it. I'm just saying, oh,
yeah.
that threw me off
No, no,
for a
no, no.
moment.
Yeah, but what I was gonna say though is that if you play the games, it's not completely unexpected
Okay.
because they do have that violence in the games. Granted, you may be remembering the PS1 version of that violence where like you'll shoot something and no,
Yeah.
you don't see bullet holes, or if you stab something, you don't see any
Yeah.
cuts or anything like that. So I think they're still keeping to the series and what the
All right.
series delivers.
Yeah. So again, very cool. Again, keeping it vague for those who want, because it just dropped like 2 days ago from when we
Mhm.
recorded. So I believe it's going to be 8 episodes, I believe, if I
I
read it
think I
correctly.
I think you're correct.
Yeah. So definitely looking forward to a few more, checking those out. So that's a new show.
Hmm.
Now, this other one that I finally watched for the first time, Castlevania Nocturne.
Yes.
And did you watch the entire season?
I watched the entire season
Okay.
last month. Yeah.
So,
Because
and I
I also just got Netflix back like a month ago. Month or two.
well, they keep raising their prices. This is what happens.
Well,
So
I
first
had
of
to catch up with Cobra Kai.
all, good thing that's ending.
Yes.
The first Castlevania, because this is a little separate series, like a continuation of sorts, but separate. The first
Hmm.
Castlevania series was what, I think 3 or 4 seasons.
Yeah, I
The
think
first season,
four. I think it was four.
maybe. The first season, which was only 4 episodes,
Yep.
holy Hannah, this thing was amazing.
Yep.
That first Castlevania, and then it got better as it went. And that series was based more on Castlevania 3,
Yes.
which worked out for me because that's my favorite Castlevania of all of
Hmm.
them.
Yeah, you got your
Cas-
wish.
Castlevania Nocturne, I believe, is more along the lines of like Rondo of Blood and everything,
Correct.
and not as much Symphony of the Night, but Rondo of Blood, because
Hmm.
we have Richter in this one. Takes place in 1792 in France, and I only caught the first episode, which I feel
Okay.
like I might have watched half of it before because the beginning looked very familiar.
Then you
Uh,
probably did.
I probably did, yeah. But yeah, no, this, where I started to fall off a little bit with the original Castlevania, just a little bit, I was like, I don't know, I kind of got bored with the story a little bit.
Hmm.
But this one picked me right back up with
Yeah.
what I was expecting for a Castlevania series. And being that Rondo of Blood is a great game, limited
Hmm.
run, please. You're supposed to put out a physical copy for the TurboGrafx. Let's go. Um, I
Don't hold
really
your breath.
enjoy. I really, I'm no, trust me, please. I really enjoyed this one, and again, it kind of picked up where the other one left off. In theory, even though I think they're like 300 years apart.
Yeah.
What do you think about the entire series then of Nocturne at this point? Like again, without giving anything away, how does those future episodes going to hold up for me?
Yeah, I mean, the series has been out for a while, so but I will say it holds up really, really well. I think the first Castlevania series, I probably hold that a little. I think that one's better,
Okay.
but I also still think this one's obviously young. We only have one season. I think January the second season is dropping.
Oh, is okay. Cool.
I think that's what I read. But yeah, like I thought the character development in this one really, really solid. I feel like they take their time with it. They're not I don't it doesn't feel like they're rushed.
Good.
Um and you are right, Rondo of Blood is definitely the direction they're going in. I don't remember in the first episode which characters are there, but aside from Richter, I know you're also you get Maria.
Yes.
You definitely get Maria and her mom.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm trying to think. There's
The two from the Caribbean or something.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, the two characters from the Caribbean whose names I can't remember off
Yeah.
the top of my head. But not only that, but those characters, and then other characters come in that are actually straight out of Rondo of Blood,
Good.
which I think is really, really cool. I thought the villain of the piece, which you'll get to
Mm-hmm.
see
Mm-hmm.
more of as time goes on, was really well done, really
Okay.
strong. It's not the one from the open.
Okay. Well, that's good.
So yeah, so you're gonna get a new villain. And then I will say the last episode, I thought the build up to it was really good, and I was questioning how well they were gonna end the series this season.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the season finale was fantastic,
Okay.
absolutely fantastic. There's a nice, I don't want to say twist at the end, but there's a nice reveal at the end that's
Okay.
really, really cool. I don't want to give it away for you because
Thank you.
I think we'll circle back on this in a couple of weeks
Yeah.
once you're done with it, and we'll talk about it some more.
Okay.
But yeah, no, very, very, very impressed with it, enjoyed it, looking forward to more of it for sure.
Very cool. All right. Well, I'm looking for. Yeah, I'll definitely sit down and watch. Now I don't know which one to do first, Castlevania Nocturne or Tomb Raider. Maybe I'll try and watch them
Oh,
succinctly. Is that the word? Succinctly
no,
at the same time? No?
simultaneously.
Yeah. Why not? Oh, picture in picture. There we go. Perfect.
There you go.
That
I,
works.
I would do. I would say plow through Nocturne since
It was first.
yeah, since it was first and we got the second season coming out in January.
That's true. Yeah.
Mhm.
Netflix is gonna be busy in January. Awesome.
Yep.
So, with that being said, there has been a ton of TV shows based
Oh yeah.
on movies and video games, and Netflix has a lot of them. Actually, looking through it, I didn't realize there's a cyberpunk show and animation
Yep.
on Netflix.
Yep.
What else? Of course, they have The Witcher, which
Hmm.
was live action, and then I think they moved it to animation. Right? Superman, I think, played The Witcher.
No, 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 no. They switched it to uh wait, was that the one or was it Assassin's Creed where no, 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 it was Witcher. Where Henry Cavill left the show to go be
Yeah.
Superman, and then they changed the whole thing and he lost the Superman role. And then I think Liam Hemsworth took over for him as The
Oh,
Witcher.
oh, maybe an animation is coming out then.
Possibly.
Oh, okay, maybe that's what it was. All right.
I mean,
Um,
I have a list here.
I was gonna say I got some stuff here, and well, we're not gonna. I mean, again, there was a ton of them, and not even talking about the ones from the '80s and '90s when we were kids, which were epic
Oh, no, no,
cartoons.
no. I'm looking at upcoming. I'm
Yep.
looking at a list of upcoming, which is like
Yeah.
IMDb has a list of like 57 upcoming video game movies or TV shows.
Yeah. No. No. Definitely. And with you know what? Here, let me go do this. So, what are the ones that you have on your list? And we're not going to do details. Just kind of like
No, no,
what?
no, no,
Oh,
no. I'll just read through them because some of
yeah.
them I was listening to and I'm like, what? They're doing this? So we got Metro 33, I'm sorry, Metro 2033, Asteroids, Metal Gear Solid, Mass Effect, Kane and Lynch, Heavy Rain, Halo, which we know,
Let me stop.
Half-Life.
Let
What?
me stop you for a second. Are these upcoming where like are any of them in like production hell, pre-production hell, or like are these like
Some of them could be. These are
okay,
IMDb
okay,
only lists what's officially been announced.
okay? I was just
They,
curious. All
the
right,
status of production
fair
is
enough.
another thing. But basically, somebody's got the rights to make these, which means there's a plan.
Hmm.
Whether or not it goes to fruition, we'll see.
Okay.
Um, Half-Life, God of War, which is going to be a TV series, Ghost Recon, Gears of War, Fruit Ninja, Far Cry, the Division. I know Fruit Ninja.
Yes. Oh,
Uh,
the division. Yes.
yeah, Deus Ex, Human Revolution, Dante's Inferno, which I really want to see.
There was already an animated movie on that.
Yep.
Actually, I bought. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're planning a live action now.
Good. Good.
Watch Dogs, Tetris. We heard about
A
Tetris.
new one?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
untitled. There's an untitled Tetris sci-fi project, and they actually have a one-liner. They have a blurb for it. In the future, year 30XX, mankind has finally reached the ability to travel at light speed using block-like spaceships called tetroids. Deep in the universe lies the question to human existence: could the tetroids be the answer?
This is gonna be. It's gonna be another battleship.
Yeah, it's
It's gonna be
Battleship.
another battleship. Which what I say by that is Battleship as a
Hmm.
standalone sci-fi movie would not titled Battleship is a very
Hmm.
fun movie. In fact, the ending to Battleship tears me up. I'm not going to lie because they break out the USS Missouri and they
Because it's
use
finally over. Oh,
no, how dare you, sir? Yes, but no, because and they use actual veterans, actual
yes,
men who are on the USS Missouri. So
that's cool.
as a standalone sci-fi movie, phenomenal.
Hmm.
Named Battleship, especially when they're like the pegs are the alien weaponry. Oh, I'm sorry,
Oh, geez.
aliens.
Yeah,
But go ahead. I can only imagine that's going to end up being Tetris. It's going to be an amazing sci-fi movie. Just take the Tetris label off.
yeah, basically. All right. Again, I'm gonna keep
Yeah,
reading through these.
go for it.
Spy Hunter, Splinter Cell, Sly Cooper, Roller Coaster Tycoon. This one just got really announced. A Minecraft movie, which we know now
Oh, we
has
have a trailer
we
for
have
it.
a
Yeah,
trailer.
which
Uh,
no one liked.
your favorite, Missile Command, Portal,
Oh,
Portal, Rent a Hero, Temple Run, The Sims, which we know about because
I've heard about that. Yeah.
Margot Robbie's company is doing
Yep.
it. Just Cause, Infamous, Dead Island, Shadow of the Colossus, which makes me very excited. I love that game.
That would be a good one. Yeah.
Yep. Firewatch, An Army of Two, Castlevania, specifically a theatrical movie based off the Konami series.
Okay. Did it say live action or animated? Out of curiosity.
Does not, just says
Okay.
theatrical.
Okay.
Clock Tower, which was
Uh-oh.
exciting because I wanted that on my list. Dead Space, Driver, Duke Nukem, Mist. I don't know how they're going to do Mist. Joust, Altered Beast, which we heard about.
That yeah, a lot of Sega properties
Yeah,
Sega's going to be doing their own almost not multiverse, but their own
yeah,
cinematic universe. Yeah.
I'm about to hit that up right now because Altered Beast, Crazy Taxi, Streets of Rage, Shinobi, which
And
we
that
just heard about a couple days
recently, yep,
ago.
yep.
Yep. Then we have We Happy Few, Mega Man, Street Fighter,
Hold on.
which we know.
To go
Yep.
back on Mega Man. That one we've
Yeah.
heard about for a little while. But
Yes.
again, and I got to find out, I'll put a link up here. There is a fan-made Mega Man movie on YouTube from like
Yes.
10 or 15 years ago.
I remember that.
It's a legit hour and a half.
Yep.
It is so good to watch. I mean, it is and you got to keep in mind it's fan-made. But with that being said, early days of YouTube, holy cow.
Yeah. It was
Great,
really good.
great movie.
That, and if I remember correctly, like when they did the Power Rangers, remember that standalone Power Rangers short that was done, the really
Oh,
dark one?
I think with Jason David Frank with the
I,
Green Ranger.
I think so.
He
Yeah,
might have been in it, yeah, because he had
yeah.
nothing else going on. So
At the moment, yes.
yeah, well, no, right now he had nothing going on.
All right, moving on. Street Fighter TV miniseries,
Hmm.
Mewtwo, which would be a Pokemon movie,
Okay.
Dragon's Lair, Ghost of Tsushima, which would be amazing. Return to Silent Hill, which is now which
Oh, I heard about that.
yep,
Yeah.
Return to Silent Hill. As we know, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, Five Nights at Freddy's 2, The Legend of Zelda, Death Stranding. Oh, and they have The Sims on here twice. Hey, IMDb.
The Sims and The Sims.
So that was a quick list of 56.
That was, oh, good Lord. Okay. I will not, in the past, I have put up pictures sometimes when you rifle off a lot of
Oh,
stuff like
good,
that.
good,
Or if
good
I
luck
do,
doing
there
that.
is no, I don't think there is any chance that's happening
I
here.
double dog dare you to do
All
it.
right, then maybe I will. This episode will come out next year. Um, Now, with that being said, a lot, and again, we don't know. Some of the stuff is in production. Some of it might be in pre-production. Now, some of it, sometimes these companies just buy up the
Limbo.
rights. Yeah, exactly, and just hold it and don't do anything with it. Hello,
Hmm.
Fantastic Four.
Yep.
Um, but with that being said, though, are there some games though not on that list, or maybe some that I didn't hear that you
Yep.
would love to see as a movie?
Oh yeah, I made a short list because it took me a minute to try and figure out like what are the games that I wanted. And to be honest with you, I had Shadow of the Colossus on the list until I just read it off because I didn't think anybody had
I didn't even think of Shadow of the Colossus actually when I made my list. I'm shocked.
yeah, I thought about it. I was trying to think of a game for each console that may have come out, but then I gave up on that really, really quickly.
All right.
So I'll start with one that I'm pretty sure wouldn't be on your list because this would be kind of a funky period piece that I
Okay.
think would be fun to see still. But I would love to see a movie based on the Oregon Trail.
That would be fun. Yes, you're
Yes.
right. That would be total. I would watch that. That'd be, but not on my list. But that would be very interesting.
That would be
Uh,
fun because and somebody has to die of
oh,
dysentery.
of course, 1,000%.
You need that and a snake bite.
Actually, before yeah, before I go into this list, like your list, and of course we'll go through it. Like, are they more older games or older IPs, I should say?
I think so.
Because like some of the games that you listed on there, like I don't, I always find it
Yes.
weird, like when they like Ghost of Tsushima, the game just came out, and already
Yeah.
looking to do like a hit movie. I don't know.
Well,
That's
that
just
I
me.
mean that game played like a Kurosawa film, so I
Agreed.
can very easily see this turned into a movie.
But I feel like when we want to see a movie on the big screen of a video game, it's like something from our childhood.
Yes,
Not something from like 3 weeks ago.
no, no, no.
So
I agree with that. The
yeah.
majority of the ones I want to see are from when I was younger, for sure.
Um, I think what would make an amazing action movie, an amazing kung fu movie, not kung fu, even I just thought about that now. Ninja Gaiden.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, Ninja
Ninja
Gaiden would be a
Gaiden
great
would be
movie.
phenomenal. And you got to have
Yeah,
the flips and everything, just the way
yeah.
he does that.
Oh,
Um,
what? Where he does like four flips at
yeah,
once before he
exactly.
lands on a
That-
wall?
And then every time, like every
That's
time
Spider-Man.
every time the camera moves off, like if a villain moves off screen, he comes back. I mean,
Mm,
dies off screen, he comes back because the respawn in that game was wicked.
it was insane. Yes, great game though. Excellent
Very,
game.
very.
Here's one on my list that's probably well, it's not more recent. It is an older franchise, but I would probably think they would go the more recent route with it. What about Grand Theft Auto?
GTA would be a very interesting
I mean,
NC-17 movie.
I was just gonna say, I mean, it essentially would be like Fast and the Furious 12, but or something like that. But no, I think GTA, I mean, that one to me would just be a no-brainer.
GTA almost feels like that should be something like that should be like a limited series on Max.
Could be that,
That's what that
yes.
feels like to me. So,
Yeah. No, no,
but
that could
very cool
definitely
idea.
work, but I'm surprised nobody's like there's been no rumblings about
Yeah.
anybody grabbing the rights to that to make a movie or a TV series or anything.
Um. Again, you can call it a period piece because I love some of those war movies, like especially like World War II era and stuff like that. One
Hmm.
of my favorite shoot 'em ups of all time, 1942, just
Oh yeah.
leads it to be a great, just aerial, like the entire movie, just aerial. That's it.
Well,
You
what
know,
if the entire movie is just one shot just going forward? Like
like Hardcore Harry. Oh my God,
yeah.
yes, and then no dialogue. And then you got like
None.
at the very last scene is them flying off in victory, doing a loop. You know what I
Yes.
you know what I mean? But yeah, no, just the film takes off. The film literally takes off from the ship, from
Yep.
the aircraft carrier, and
Yep.
then the end of the movie, 2 hours later, lands on the aircraft carrier. The whole thing's up there. That'd be great.
That works. I think that could work really well. And since you're talking about aircrafts and stuff like that, I'm gonna stick with that.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go into space, and I'm
Oh, I
gonna
think we have.
say
Think we have a double.
maybe,
Okay.
but Star Fox.
Nope, we do not have a double.
I,
Star
I'm
Fox.
pretty
Oh
no,
wow.
no, I'm pretty sure we have a double because I have a feeling the one you're talking about is the one I want to say for last.
Well, okay.
So
Star Fox, which look at this point, with the success of Super Mario Brothers movie, the possible looks like success of Zelda, if they do right by it, which it sounds like they are, because Nintendo's all in on it.
fingers crossed.
And the director, I think, is a very good director as well. He's done a couple things before.
Yes,
Yeah,
Les
fingers
Bell.
crossed on that.
Hmm.
So I think Star Fox would be down the
I think
road.
that would be a good like animated series,
Yes.
animated
Yes.
series or film. I think probably series though. I think would
Yeah.
work better. You know,
What I think would make actually a good no, this would be a movie. This would be a full movie. And kind of Lord of the Rings type maybe or something like
hmm
that. Shining Force.
Oh yeah,
Oh my gosh.
no question about that. I didn't even put Shining Force on my list.
Oh, that would
Oof,
be
I
that
should
would be
have.
yeah. That'd be real fun to watch.
Yeah, that would definitely be Lord of the Rings quality. There's no
Hmm.
question about that. Um, do you do the battles the same way where you just have everybody stationed in one spot
Trying
and
to
they
think
all
how to do it, how
move
to
in
do a
places?
turn pace because everyone knows me. Like if it's not ripped from the video game, put onto the big screen, I'm not going to be too thrilled about it. And a
Yeah,
lot of movies nowadays are starting to do that, rip straight from the screen.
yeah.
That'd be great. Like let's
Instead of Gollum, we get a swashbuckling frog.
yes. Go attack. Wait 5 seconds. Okay. Oh boy, that'd be awesome.
Really good choice.
All right.
I'm gonna dive into the horror genre a little bit here,
Okay.
and since it is October and I do love my horror games. But the first of two horror games that I would like to see as a film, but you're gonna have to go. You're gonna have to go talk to the man, George Lucas. We're talking about Maniac Mansion. I would love to see a Maniac Mansion movie.
Well, it was a TV show, so
Yes,
you got to
it
believe
was a
how.
TV show in Canada. I would love to see a movie. I think it was Canada. Yeah.
No, I thought it was here as well.
Was it in the US? I thought it was Canada.
All right. Well, I guess there's only one way to find out, but we'll figure that out in a little
Well,
bit.
actually, what's funny is since I'm up here right now, I wonder if I can find it in a store somewhere. Like if they put it
Ooh,
out. Mm.
that'd be interesting, right?
Yeah, see if they have that on like DVD or something. Although I could just Amazon it.
No, it's fun to try and find it in the wild.
It is like it would be like a VHS copy because it was from a while ago.
It was 1990. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, what? Well, it aired on the Family Channel here in the US.
Okay.
Wow, for 3 seasons.
Yep.
I didn't realize it lasted that long.
Uh-huh.
And it was on YTV up in Canada.
Yeah, that
Um,
that's why I thought it was a Canadian show, but maybe
I
I'm
mean, it
wrong.
might be Canadian. Oh, Eugene Levy was part of the creating team. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, so
Wow.
I gotta find a copy of that. But anyway, I would love to see a movie.
Yeah, I think it'd be interesting. I mean, I hate the game, but I can see
I
a
know you
movie
do.
coming out of that.
Then you would hate the game that just
Um,
came out in homage to Maniac Mansion. There's an independent game that just came out called Cronella's Mansion, which
oh,
plays
it's
just like
Kickstarter.
Maniac Mansions. Yep,
Yeah, no, that's literally they're like, you like Maniac Mansion? Then back
play
this.
this. Hmm.
No, that looks really cool though, because that game came out on they put that out on multiple
Yeah.
platforms.
Hmm.
So very cool. Um, did I mention this one yet? No, I didn't. Yeah, I don't know if this would be a movie or a series. I feel like this could lend itself maybe more as a series, a very cool animated series, Blaster Master.
Oh yeah, Blasphemy. Okay, now, I'm not a big fan of the game, but
I
sure.
got into the reboots or the remakes, if you will, Blast Master
Okay.
Zero series, I should say.
Hmm.
Actually, you know what? I have to go back. I beat 1 and 2. I have to go back and play 3. But and to really like it would almost we hate to compare it to other stuff, but it's the only way we can do this. It would almost
Right.
be like when I say Knight Rider, like meaning how the vehicle is a character unto itself. The
Right.
vehicle doesn't talk. I don't think it did, but unlike Kit. Um,
Hmm.
but I think this would be really cool. I mean, granted, it's about a boy trying to find his pet frog, but
Yes.
nevertheless, but I
Yeah.
think
Why is it that kids are always looking for like just pet animals, and that's how they wind up in these? situations.
Just buy a new one. Honestly, that's what happened to me as a kid.
Aw, that's wrong. No,
But
no loyalty, Larry. No loyalty.
what? How dare you, sir? None whatsoever. You're right. So yeah, no, I can definitely see like a Blaster Master series, limited series.
Yep.
Because nowadays that limited series are almost the way to go. Like the Twisted Metal series was
Yep.
phenomenal.
I still haven't watched it.
Knuckles. No? Oh, go watch it. It's
Yep.
great.
I know. I still haven't watched that. I haven't watched Knuckles because I don't have Paramount.
Knuckles.
I don't have Paramount Plus.
Oh, Knuckles was so good. Yeah, no, if you get a free trial of Paramount, definitely check that out.
Hmm.
Or you buy it for like $10, I think. The show, the series.
Yeah,
So
buy the license.
Blaster Master all the way.
Very cool. I'm gonna go full scale horror on this one. I want to see a dark, gruesome, completely gory version of Splatterhouse brought to the big screen.
How can they get
Uh,
around the Friday the 13th license?
well, it's very easy. I mean, you can do a character in a hockey mask that's not Jason,
That seems so on the nose. I don't
right?
know.
No, but it's a completely different story. And you know what? And what's funny about it is that he's actually the hero of the piece, the guy
He
walking around
is.
with the hockey
He
mask. So
actually is. That is
so it'd be
correct.
cool to see. Never can you say Jason was a hero.
No, no, no. It's not like that weird Godzilla spin movie where like King Ghidorah was the hero for some reason, and there's no explanation behind it. This
Yeah.
giant monster has been devastating the world for eons. All of a sudden, is here to help us, which is like,
Sure,
what?
why not?
This is
He can.
lazy writing.
Yeah.
But no, Splatterhouse, that would be. Ooh, I mean, if they really hit it, oh,
Yeah,
that would be.
like I want dead alive type of gore in that.
Apparently, the new bar is this Terrifier 3 movie.
Yep, I
They're
need to
saying
see it.
people are leaving vomiting from the movie.
They've said that about all three of the movies.
Oh, have they? Oh, this is the
Yeah.
first time I heard that tagline
Yeah,
with the
I
other
think
one.
it's
Okay.
part of their marketing ploy.
All right, fair enough then.
But still, you know what? That's a horror series that I have not watched, and I am committing to watching it before Halloween this year.
And I think a game is actually coming out based on it,
There
like
is
a
a
16-bit.
I just saw news about the game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
it's
Cool.
coming out early next year.
Awesome. Um, let's go to Atari. That's what I'm doing. Let's go old
Yeah.
school. Has it been an
Uh,
Atari? Well, you
well,
mentioned a couple.
I already told you Missile Command, so there don't need to be anything else.
I've never picketed a movie before, but you know what? There's a first time for everything. So why not? Pitfall. Pitfall would
Oh
be
yeah.
great, like an homage to Indiana
I was just to
Jones.
say a new Indiana Jones series, so you don't have to get Harrison Ford out of his coffin
Oh, he's almost there. I don't know. He looks pretty spry in Captain America.
in Captain America. No, I know, but he's definitely hung up the fedora.
He sure has. I
He's hung
still
up
haven't seen that movie. I still got to watch Dial of Destiny.
Oh, okay, don't.
Well, I already bought it, so it's okay.
Oh, all right. Well, then I'm
Um,
sorry.
could they get away? I don't know if it's licensed. Can they get away with the Tarzan scream?
Mm, probably not unless the same company does it.
So I'll bind up those rights. I don't know. A Disney
Exactly.
Pitfall? I don't know.
Yeah, it could be interesting, swinging over the crocodiles
Yeah, oh, you got to. Or stepping over them.
or stepping on them, one or the other, whichever works.
Yeah.
Oh
All
my
right.
gosh. All right, last one on my list, right? This is number
Okay.
six. Last one on my list is, I think, one of the most definitive Nintendo franchises we've yet to see signed for a movie or a TV series, and I gotta go with Metroid.
Not my last pick.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I thought that was your last pick.
Yeah. No, I mean, Metroid would, again, based on Super Mario Brothers. See, would you go animated or would you go live action?
I think you can do either with this one
Okay.
because I can see it playing out almost like Aliens. Like Metroid to me would be like
Ooh.
the Aliens movie.
Would Nintendo go that horror? I don't know.
Well, that is the question.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That'd
would
be,
they go that far? I don't know, but I do
but
think that if they did, it would be fantastic.
and I don't even think you have to. In all honesty, I don't think. I mean, there would be scare and stuff like
Hmm.
that, but maybe not like that
Gore
far.
doesn't have to
Yeah,
be gore.
yeah, not far into the horror genre. But no, that would be a great movie. Again, there's another. I'll try and find it. I'll try and put a link on here. No guarantee. There was a great short. Metroid fan made short that was live action.
Hmm.
That was well, maybe it was like 20 minutes or so.
Cool.
Very, very entertaining. So I'll try and find that. Also, which would you go? Forget an original story. Which Metroid game would you like to see made then?
Oh, I mean that's a tough one. I don't know. I would love to see Dread made just because I want the space chickens, but honestly, I don't know. I'm not. I can't say I'm that super versed in the Metroid
Mhm.
mythology to really pick one.
I don't think our anxiety can hold up in a Dread movie, much like it was holding up poorly while we were playing the game.
Yeah, that's true.
And I'm gonna go weird on this one. Everyone's gonna be like, "What are you talking about?" I would love to see a version of Metroid 2 on Game Boy because that
Oh,
story
interesting.
played out great because the levels opened up as you progressed in the game.
Okay.
It was almost kind of linear a little bit, but like you couldn't enough that I think that
Hmm.
would lend to a really cool movie. I think
Okay.
so. Rich will call me and
Rich will
chastise
call you
me.
on that and say you're absolutely wrong. It's Super
Exactly.
Metroid, and that's
Yeah,
it.
it's the way to go. All right. Well, my final pick
Okay.
is a space adventure. Could be a space opera. Could be very boring, and I don't think I don't know if you mentioned it on your list. I
A
might have missed it.
space opera.
Maybe, right? That's what Star Wars is, space opera, but not one person sings in it. So,
No.
Space Invaders.
Oh, yeah, no, it's not on the list.
Yeah, I think that would just be again
Would
so
they
much
be would they
fun.
be up in the sky slowly coming down like they were in
That would be the final
Pixels?
scene. Absolutely a great movie. I don't care what anyone says. I love that movie.
It was not good.
Oh, how dare you? It's such a fun ride.
It was such a fun, not good movie.
Stop it. What's wrong with you?
It
Oh,
was not
so
a good
many.
movie.
It was a very entertaining movie. This is why
Okay.
we can't talk movies, folks. And I
No,
don't
we
know why
can't.
we went with this topic, but we did. Space Invaders has to end, yes, with the lines of aliens up on top in a single row. Womp, womp, womp. And that would be the final. But I think they could again, who knows what the story
Yeah.
would be like. But it would be cool to see that on the
Yeah.
big screen.
Oh my God, evil aliens with all their technology. But wait, why are they moving in such a predictable pattern?
Predictable. Hey, those get quick. They speed up, man. Forget about it. I still haven't gotten past level 3. All right. So some great movies coming out, some great TV shows coming out, some great TV shows already out, some great movies already out. So check them
Yep.
all out on your streaming services, or if you got DVDs, I think they're called, or VHSs. Laserdisc. Why not? Check out
Yeah,
Laserdisc.
some of us still have those.
Yes.
Betamax.
And if anyone has a good movie or TV show to recommend, Ant, where can they hit us up?
You guys can hit us up on Facebook.com/Retro Gamers Podcast, on Instagram at Retro Gamers Podcast, on Twitter
X.
at Retro Gamers Pod. You can listen to us wherever you listen to podcasts. You can watch us on YouTube and Spotify at Retro Gamers Podcast, or you can email us at email@theretrogamers.com.
All right. And with that, before we move on, we also want to mention a great magazine that's actually out there for gamers, both old and new alike.
Yep.
It's Old School Gamer Magazine.
Yeah, Old School Gamer Magazine. Definitely, it's definitely one of the ones that I've enjoyed recently. Really cool throwback articles, like really well written. They cover a wide range of topics, and just really fun to kind of just again for those of you who love retro gaming. It's just a great read, and they have digital and physical copies that get released. So if you really want to go old school like me, you will get the physical copies, which I have a subscription for.
And if you don't have the room and you just have a nice Kindle to fill everything in, you got your digital copies that you can get as well. And either way, you can subscribe and check out the website at oldschoolgamermagazine.com. All right, so let's get into a game of the week.
All right. This one was your choice, Larry. So off you go.
It was. And, with the spooky, scary season that we are in right now, I
Mhm.
figure, why not? Let's pull a game from 1990. This really weird looking side scrolling shooter that, of course, I love my shoot 'em ups, Zombie Nation.
Yeah, it's hard to pick a weirder one than this. The fact that not only is it a side scroller, but it's a side scroller with a horror spin. I'm sorry, with a horror slash samurai spin.
Yeah, it's very. Not only is it very weird because you play as a floating head. That's basically what it is.
A floating
And
samurai head.
yes, and the action.
Hmm.
And I kind of forgot about this when I announced the game. The action is so right off the bat in your face, over the top, bullet hell action. It feels like
Oh yeah,
Th-
no, they want to kill you in the first like 5 seconds.
there, and it has happened
Hmm.
many times. Like the live gameplay might be very boring, but with that being said, though, it's just such a classic. And in typical, when I say typical, I mean this in every good sense of it, because like the Parodius series that's over in Japan is such a fun like parody of a lot of games, but meaning like sometimes you just get some weirdness in some of these
Yeah.
Japanese release games. Just the fact that like level one, you're pretty much destroying Las Vegas. That's essentially what it is.
Yes.
You're destroying these buildings. I don't know what power-ups are in the game. I don't know how to regenerate your own lives in this game because it is
I think
so hellish.
I think you regenerate your health by catching the falling
It
people
might be.
that are screaming for help. Because
It might.
yeah, because I didn't play it. I watched some
Mhm.
gameplay of it, and that I think that's what I caught while I was
Yeah,
watching it.
but there's some humans, yes, that you do catch. There's some humans that you try and kill because they're firing at you.
Yes,
So
because humans have become zombies
it's very, very awkward. The first level boss is the Statue of Liberty.
with Medusa head. She's got
Yes.
the Medusa snakes on her head.
Yes.
Yeah, because I mean,
Oh,
because the story. Did you look up the story? Because I have the story of the game, like from very simple from the what am I trying to say? Wikipedia.
okay.
Because the beginning of the game actually has a scroll that explains it to you.
Hmm.
But just the quick blurb for it is the game revolves around the floating samurai head Namakubi, which means severed head in
Oh,
Japanese.
okay. That's right on the nose.
He go right. So Namakumi goes to the United States to destroy Darkseid, an alien who crashed to Earth via a meteorite in 1999, turned all the American people into zombies, and took control of various deadly weapons. Namakumi must recover the samurai sword Shura and destroy Darkseid and its minions.
Sure. I mean, that
And
sounds like
also while
something, right?
and also while doing this, the alien brought the Statue of Liberty to life. That was also included in the description.
And she's red. She's wearing a regular crown, so I guess not to be
She's
sued
got
by
Medusa
Ellis Island.
head,
Yeah, very, very
Medusa
weird.
hair.
Um,
It's a very strange game.
it's a very strange game. Got great reviews though. GamePro gave it a 4.6 out of 5. Nintendo
Hmm.
Power gave it a 3.15. I can't remember what their rating system was though. But it got some B's, B pluses. So it's got some fun gameplay, but the gameplay itself, oh my God, is so
Yeah,
wicked. I mean, don't get me
it's
wrong. I love bullet hell games, but
yep.
sometimes it can be over the top and overwhelming.
Yeah, there was a playthrough. There was a playthrough I pulled up on YouTube where I think the full playthrough of the video was only about 20 minutes.
Short game.
So
Yeah.
it's a short game. It's just 5 levels.
Yep.
It's 5 levels. You go through different places in America. Like Larry said, Las Vegas was one. I think the Grand Canyon is level 2. I don't remember
Well,
what the other ones
you
are.
actually get to pick like Mega Man
Oh
style. You
yeah,
get to
you get to
pick
pick
the
where you
level.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that yeah, like Grand Canyon's one of the levels.
Hmm.
So, but just a really creepy game because it's funny when I was watching it, I had to go back and double check myself because I'm like, wait, you're the floating severed head and you're like attacking buildings and stuff like that. I said, so are you the bad guy? And I'm like, no, you're the samurai. I'm like, okay. By the way, the samurai head looks really old too.
It does. Yes,
And
that's what I'm saying.
he's
Like,
not a young samurai.
and even like your power bar, like every time you get hit, you have like 10 faces or whatever, and it turns into a
Yep.
skull. It's very, again, very Japanese, meaning like they just throw everything at you. Like there's really no rhyme or reason sometimes. They just throw anything into the game and just run with it.
Yeah.
The box art, though, especially for the North American
Yes.
version, again, I don't know what's going on. There are
No, nobody does.
zombies,
Nobody
there's
does.
skeletons, there's one that looks like me.
Yep.
Um, there's the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Hmm.
So Zombie Nation is just a fun catch to play, and it's a fun
Yep.
game from again the early '90s. So check it out if you haven't had a chance. It's on the Switch. It's on Microsoft Windows. Maybe it's on Steam. I don't
Well,
know.
Larry, when you played it, how far did you get?
I did not get far at all. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, your
I
live stream's going to be fun on Thursday.
no, I told you it's gonna be extremely, extremely boring. But I'm gonna try. I'll give the old college try.
Give it a college try. I'm sure you'll do better than you expect,
C's
but
get
still terrible.
degrees. So
C's do get degrees. You are
yeah,
correct.
that's what I was told.
All right, Larry. So game of the week is going to have to go on hold for next week since we're going to be reporting from New York Comic Con.
Yes. Oh, I can't wait.
So that'll be our focus for next week. But but we'll get back to game of the week shortly after
We
that.
will. We will. Oh,
Yep.
I cannot wait for New York Comic Con. Kind of excited. See what kind of
Uh,
trinkets and tribulations I'll be getting myself into.
I'm going to have to be very, very cautious with what I purchase there.
Well, you're going, let's say, truth be told, you're going Thursday, right?
Yeah, I am going on Thursday, but then Thursday night I'm on a plane.
Oh, that's
So,
true.
right. So anything I purchase, well, actually, that's not true. Rich will be with me
Oh, give it to
for,
him.
yeah, for Comic-Con. So he's just going to have to hang on to all my
Yeah, just
purchases
unload everything
because
on him. Yeah.
they're not coming on the plane with me.
So you're going Thursday. So you're going to be a scout for me because I'm going Saturday.
Yeah. So I'll go
So
Thursday and I'll tell you where to go.
yes, let me
Yeah, I'll
know.
definitely tell you where to go.
And then we'll edit up a fun episode. Which sometimes those Comic Con episodes, programming note, usually drop a little later in the week, just to try and get everything all together. But
Yes.
nevertheless, be on the lookout. And we hope to see you there at New York Comic Con. So if you're
Yeah,
there,
yeah. If you see us, stop by, say hello, tell us how much you hate us, whatever you want.
Anthony would love a hug.
No, Anthony would not love a hug. Anthony would not love a hug. In fact, he's gonna go. I'm gonna go as like I'm gonna go with like an invisible force field around me, and it's just gonna be like a big. I'm gonna be. You know what? I'm gonna be.
Plexiglass.
No, I'm gonna be a pop vinyl. I'm gonna be in box.
See, funny enough, I was thinking you should go as Zordon because he has the protective,
That would be fine too.
thing.
Just the
Yeah.
floating. And actually, the head in Zombie Nation kind of does look like Zordon.
That is true. Maybe it's the Japanese Zordon, which is
There you go.
ironic because Zordon began in Japan.
Exactly. So
All right, cool. So we'll check that out. All right, in the meantime, let's start to wrap things up. But before we do that, let's get into some news.
we got some news, and if you hold on 1 second, I will bring that stuff up. Okay,
Old Reddit.
what happened?
No, I thought you were just the way you were talking.
Oh, no. I'm just bringing it up on my screen. I'm working off a laptop this week because I'm on location, so it's a
So
little
am I.
tough switching from Zoom to the laptop. But here we go with our retro
Well, you're
news.
doing perfectly. So quite
As
a
I always
professional.
do. Well, thank you. All right, first thing to point out, since we were talking about Tomb Raider, we know about the Tomb Raider series, but we also learned this week, or last week, I should say, is that Tomb Raider Remastered. We got that on the Switch, right? Versions one,
Yeah,
two, and three.
on everything actually.
On everything, actually. Now we're getting Tomb Raider 4 through 6 remastered
Yeah, literally just
next
announced a couple
year.
days ago. Yeah.
And that's a couple days ago, and it's dropping on Valentine's Day 2025.
I feel like 1 through 3 dropped on Valentine's Day this year, but I could be wrong on that.
It did drop in February. I don't
Yeah,
remember if it was Valentine's Day or not, but it did drop in February.
yeah.
So for this collection, we're getting remastered versions of The Last Revelation, Tomb Raider, which came out in 1999, Tomb Raider Chronicles from 2000, and Tomb Raider: The Angel of Darkness from 2003.
Very weird to hear them as 4 through 6. You know what I mean? I mean,
Yes,
they are 4 through 6, but they've
they
never
are.
been referred to like that before. So that was kind of fun to see.
No, they haven't. But I guess, for a title, it's
Hmm.
easier to do it that way.
Of course, yeah.
So yeah, so that's really, really cool. So look out for that this coming Valentine's Day. Perfect Valentine's Day gift for your significant other.
I still got to get 1, 2, and 3, the
I, st-
remasters.
I'll be honest, I still have to buy 1, 2, and 3, so I'm way
Yeah,
behind.
yeah. So am I.
This was an interesting bit of news that I read because I don't know if we're ever going to be able to say something like this again.
Oh,
But there was a game designer, somebody in the gaming industry, who created a very well-known game called Theme Park. Do you remember the game Theme
I
Park?
do remember Theme Park. Yes.
Yeah, where you kind of build a theme park, right? Well, the co-creator of Theme Park, whose name is Sir Dennis Hassabis.
Oh, excuse me.
I'm
Let's.
sorry, Sir Demi Hassabis. He's actually knighted in
Good
the
for
UK.
him.
He just recently won a Nobel Prize in chemistry.
Did he really?
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep. He first started out working in video games. He learned code on the ZX Spectrum,
There you go.
and then he worked for Bullfrog Productions, where he worked on the Amiga game Syndicate.
Hmm.
And then after that, at age 17, remember what you were doing at 17, Larry?
I do. I'm not allowed to talk about it.
Yeah, at 17, he co-designed Theme Park.
Son of a
That's what
gun.
he did at 17.
Holy cow.
And now he has a Nobel Prize in chemistry, which is
Good.
insane.
Good for
And,
him.
and he was knighted for his services to AI earlier this year.
Oh, and he's one of the reasons.
He's one of them.
Oh,
He's one of them.
telling you. I mean,
But
I
he
mean,
got, you know what? But he got his Nobel Prize, so it's great.
he did get a Nobel Prize, which is amazing. AI
Mm-hmm.
is now officially going to take over humanity, as we saw with the new
Yes.
Tesla Optimus robots. But very good. Good for him. All right. I don't
Yeah.
remember one bit of chemistry having to be learnt or played about in Theme Park.
Neither do I. So you know what? But good for him. Good for you, sir. And I can actually say sir and mean it,
Yes.
which is great. Moving on to a game that you're going to be interested in purchasing, Larry. The T&E Soft's fantasy shooter Undead line, which was originally released on the MSX2 in 1989
Okay.
and was later ported to the Sharp X68000.
Oh, there you go. I might have this on Genesis.
And it was on the Sega Mega Drive.
I might have this on the Mega Drive.
You might have it on the Mega Drive, but it will be coming to the Nintendo Switch on October 17th as
Ooh.
part of D4 Enterprises' Egg Console series of retro reissues.
Yes. Okay. So I've never talked about this before, but I have seen a ton of don't ask me why I do this, but like every morning before I go to work, like to try and like calm myself before I head out or before I log on, I'll
Hmm.
go on the Switch, and especially every Tuesday, I always go on to the eShop to see what's coming out.
Okay.
Because like all the new games typically drop on Tuesday, and the coming soon's update all the time. But yes, there is this Egg series that
Yep.
has put out a ton of games like Highlight and some other
Hmm.
ones from old systems. So I've never pulled the trigger on anything because a lot of them have been RPGs, and I'm not
Yep.
100% sure if they're translating them. But
Right.
this is very cool to see that this game coming out in that series. Not only that, folks, I don't know if it's on other systems. I've only seen it on the Switch, but definitely look into it. There are a great series of games in that Egg
Yeah.
platform series. Yeah.
Yeah, and you'll definitely want to check this one out.
Oh,
So,
it's a great game. I've played again. I have
yeah.
it might be a repro now that I think about it, but nevertheless,
Yeah. Okay. Well, even if you have a repro, but I'm sure you'd want the ease of having it on the Switch. So,
something I've been seriously debating a long time with a lot of this stuff behind
yeah.
me. So
Yeah, exactly. So, moving on. This is a really cool piece of news because it's something that I've honestly haven't thought about in a very long time, and now it's coming to surface. Do you remember on the original Nintendo Entertainment System, if you flipped it over underneath, there was an expansion port?
it was, and I don't to this day, I don't know what they were thinking when they put it in.
Well, here's the thing. They never ever used it to for any type of expansion on the NES. I would probably say that it might have originally been plans to do like the Famicom disk system for the
That's
NES,
true. Even
and
though
it
that
just never
plug ended up
happened.
on, yeah, ended up plugging it on top. Yeah.
Right, but the bottom line is, it was never used for anything until now because 8-bit mods. Do you know 8-bit mods?
Love them. Great company.
So 8-bit mods recently announced that they are
Mhm.
going to be releasing in December the NES Hub, which will connect into the expansion port on the bottom of your NES,
Okay.
and it will allow up to 4 Bluetooth controllers connected through Blue Retro,
Oh wow. Look at this
enable
thing.
expansion audio, and they say there's going to be more through the 3 add-on ports with a plug-and-play kit.
Very, very interesting. Look at this.
Yeah. And from what I'm reading about it, is that there is a possibility that you may be able to hook up the Famicom disk system to it,
That'd be wild
which would
because
be really cool.
I'm on the website now. There is already an add-on for Super NES controllers to play
Yep.
on the NES, which would be weird.
Yeah.
Um,
Super NES controllers. It's also going to have Famicom accessory support, which is why people are thinking that the
yeah,
disk
disc
system is
system,
going to
yeah.
be able to hook up, which will be really cool.
Oh, well, finally getting use of that port, so that's good.
Yeah. It took them long enough,
Yeah.
40 years. Yeah.
Better late than never.
Yep. And sticking with the hardware type of
Hmm.
stuff. You'll be happy about this one because you know Ann Bernick, right?
Yeah, sure. But remind everyone else who Ann Bernick is.
Ann Bernick is they make emulation hardware. Probably going to get sued by Nintendo at some point. But yeah, they make different things, mostly like small, like the handheld systems, like
Hmm.
the way you I forget who you use. Uh,
Analog.
Analog. You use analog. And Burnick does something similar to that. Apparently, they're currently designing a version of the Nintendo DS where it's going to be a dual screen handheld, but in a different way where the screen, instead, you know how Nintendo DS flips
Yeah.
open to show you the
Yeah.
two screens. This one's actually going to look like kind of like a wide version of the Game Boy, but the screen, you'll pull the screen up to reveal another screen underneath.
Wow. Okay.
And that's going to be how the dual screen works on it. And there's a sketch of it online that was, I guess, leaked. So
Okay.
none of this is official yet, but
Hmm.
it looks really interesting.
Oh man, let me see if I can just pull this up real quick. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, here we go. Oh, look, no, that's a YouTube video. But just looking at the thumbnail though, this thing looks interesting. Kind of weird.
So the top screen is going to be 960 by 720, and then the screen underneath will be 640 by 480.
What phone does this remind me of?
That's I was trying to think of the name of the phone too, and I couldn't think of it. The one
The,
where the
the screen
screen,
flips up, yeah, then you get the
yeah,
keyboard flips down, yeah.
yeah, I
But
forgot the name of that
nevertheless,
phone.
yeah, this thing looks really oh my God, that would be a lot more convenient for a D. I mean, I got my 3DS, but if that design is the way it looks, that looks
Hmm.
way more comfortable.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what's going to wind up happening with this.
Okay.
Okay, moving on to Nintendo. Recently, the Nintendo Museum in Japan opened.
Yes.
And nothing but positive reviews coming out of it. But what I found funny is that somebody had posted images of some things Nintendo did in the 60s and 70s that they probably would not release in
Oh,
their museum,
I think I know one of them.
because in the 60s and 70s, they created
Wow, chicka wow
erotic
wow.
erotic pinup playing cards.
Oh, I was thinking of something else.
No,
I didn't know they made pinup cards.
No, because they were, Nintendo was they made Hanafuda cards, and then they made playing cards and stuff like that. But they have versions from the 60s and 70s, which Larry is currently now looking up on
I'm
eBay,
trying.
of erotic pinup playing cards. So unfortunately, like I said, you'll probably never see these at the museum.
Oh, look at these things.
Yep.
Wow.
They released
Oh,
multiple decks featuring naked ladies.
I'm not putting this up on here, but this looks
Nope.
interesting.
Nope, you cannot do that. In fact, the website that I'm reading the article from, which is Time Extension, they have a picture of Mario's head covering covering the parts
Uh,
that you
you
can't
know
show.
what? That's still going to work for some people.
That
Um,
is.
look at these things. Holy cow. There's some other examples of more like Western. Oh, no, no, no. They're all mixed in.
Yep.
Okay. This is I thought you were going to talk about because Nintendo owned a series of love hotels, as they were called.
Oh no, we talked about the Love
No,
Hotels
I know
before.
we've talked about it, but I thought that's where you were heading with this, with
No,
the
no, no,
because
no,
I'm
not
sure
even
that's
close.
not in the museum either.
Nope.
So,
Nope. So
okay,
anyway,
I
so
gotta
for
get
anybody
these.
who wants to see the other side of Nintendo, you can go pick up a deck of adult playing cards from the 60s or 70s, which Larry is now putting in his cart.
Well, let's see how much they go for. I mean,
That's
there's
a good
got to be
question.
some still around, right?
I'm
That,
sure they're still around. But while you're looking that up, I'm gonna move on to other news.
the copy and
Uh,
paste is different on a Mac. Yep,
yes,
go ahead.
Larry, I know you have an analog pocket.
I do.
So just
Oh,
what happened?
$210.
Yeah, hey, you know what? You get 52 cards.
This is true. Oh, hold on. I found $53 with 5% off. All right,
There
now
you
we're
go.
talking.
All right, there you go. Purchase.
Yes.
Larry, as an owner of the analog pocket, you'll be happy to know that the coin-op version of Mortal Kombat is now playable on your
Ooh,
analog pocket.
well, that's interesting. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
So, Narc and Smash TV are also available, but Mortal Kombat is the one that they recently just announced as
I was
playable.
just literally yesterday, I was just playing The Simpsons arcade on there.
Nice.
I'm telling you, folks, if you want to get really an all-in-one system, like
Hmm.
up until like 32-bit stuff, get the analog. Get the
Yeah.
analog, get the dock. You're done for the day. That's all you need. Oh my God, the games are so crisp
Hmm.
and clean on them.
All right. Well, maybe that's all that you need. We'll see. There might be some news that'll actually
What?
combat that a
Okay,
little bit. Well,
let's
in
find
fact,
out.
let me switch and find that one, because I have a whole bunch of news here. Okay, here it is. No, this is to help you preserve games and data. It's called the Open Source Cartridge Reader. It's similar to the Retro 2 and GB operator.
Okay.
What it does is it allows you to save your carts and your save data as ROMs,
Oh,
so
look at
that
this.
you have it. But the thing about this one is the open source cartridge reader can read cards for 8 different systems,
Yeah,
including
like If I'm looking at,
Any,
oh, go
yeah,
ahead. Yeah.
NES, Famicom, SNES, Super Famicom, N64, Sega Master System, Sega Mega Drive, Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance.
Where do the Game Boy games go?
Yep.
Interesting.
It, it retails for 249.99.
Then I'm looking at the right one. Okay.
Well, you're looking at the right one. You can also back up and restore your save data on N64 controller packs using an N64 controller, which is
Interesting.
really cool. Yep. And then also by using custom adapters, this is where this thing will shine. You can also save, it can also read cartridges for Game Gear, Sega Mark III, Sega SG-1000, Sega My Card, PC Engine, TurboGrafx 16, Wonder Swan, Neo Geo Pocket, Atari 2600, 5200, 7800, Commodore 64, ColecoVision, Fairchild Channel F, Magnavox Odyssey 2, Intellivision, MSX, Nintendo Virtual Boy,
Oh, I'm in.
Pokemon Mini, Vectrex, and the Casio Loopy.
But I've never heard of the Loopy. What the hell is that?
I have no idea, but you can save your games on it.
No, you know what? I feel like maybe I saw a story in passing on this because it looked like the system, the thing itself looks very like busy, meaning like it's
Yes,
just like the reader, it's just the ports.
it's just the ports. And
Yeah.
yeah,
So that's look, Casio Loopy is a very interesting looking system. Might be something to talk about down the road.
yeah.
Okay. How the hell is that
But
work?
but really interesting thing, if this is something that that you want to do, if you want to back up your collection, Larry, I know this would be something you would want to do because I'm pretty sure you would love to digitize everything sitting behind you right now.
1,000%.
So this may be the way to go for you since you don't have a Polymega.
Maybe, thank God. Maybe
Thank God. Polymega is awesome.
I believe there's some games I can play that you cannot.
Uh, sure.
Well, if I could back up the CD games, then we might definitely I might
Well, that
100% seriously
well
think about it.
that would be the Polymega.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. We got some Tetris. We know about they recently announced Tetris Forever,
Cannot wait.
if you remember. Well, a trailer for it dropped last week, and it announced the 15 versions of Tetris you'll be able to play on it, which I thought was really cool.
Yes.
So, and just to go through it really quickly, you will get the original Tetris game that was on the Apple II and the Famicom.
Very cool.
You will get Hatris from the Famicom as well. I'm sorry, you'll get Hatris from Famicom, Game Boy, and the NES.
Oh, so there's multiple versions of the
Yes.
time. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep. You will get Tetris 2 plus Bombless, which was released on the Famicom in 1990. You get Super Tetris 2 and Bombless from the Super Famicom. Tetris Battle Gaiden for the Super Famicom. Super Tetris 2 and Bombless Gentiban for the Super Famicom. Super Tetris 3 for the Super Famicom, and then Super Bombless for the Super Famicom and Game Boy, and Super Bombless DX from the Game Boy as well.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Oh,
So
wow.
15 games, 90 minutes of Tetris documentary on
That's
it
gonna
as
be
well.
fun. Brand new documentaries too.
Brand new
So
documentary.
that's gonna be so much fun. And this is the third game in that gold series
Yes.
that Digital Clips is putting out. So
Yes.
very cool.
Okay. So the
Gold
last
Master series. Excuse me. Gold Master series. I want to be
Master
proper.
Series.
Yes.
Yes. So this was another fun thing that was announced this week. So for those of you who know or who are old enough, and I hope that would be a good number of you since you're watching a retro gaming podcast, the rock band Green Day
Hmm.
recently celebrated the 30th anniversary of their album Dookie, which was probably one of the most best-selling albums of all time.
Mhm.
They are celebrating it by doing a retro-themed release of their tracks from Dookie that are going to be released on different items that are from
Yeah.
30 years ago. Now, and when we say different items, the reason why we're bringing this up is because the song Welcome to Paradise will be able to be purchased on a Game Boy cartridge. But
Interesting.
but aside from that,
Some of the other stuff is pretty cool. I
some
mean,
of the other
for
stuff
a
is
band that I cannot stand, I hate them with a passion. This is a pretty cool thing.
yes. Specifically the Teddy Ruxpin,
Yes,
which is
that's
going
yeah.
the Teddy Ruxpin is going to get Longview. I think is it
Just
Longview?
sitting there talking, singing to you.
Yeah, but other items that you're going to be able to get Green Day song on will be an 8 track,
Okay.
a wax cylinder.
Oh my God.
This one's my favorite, an answering machine, a Fisher Price record. Do you remember the Fisher
Oh
Price
my God. The
record
little ones?
players?
Oh my
Yep.
gosh.
You're going to get a Fisher Price record.
Okay.
There's going to be one in a music box, a mini disc, an X-ray record, a hit clip. Larry, this is the one you're going to, I know,
No, I'm sorry. Hit clip. I haven't. Wow, that nostalgia wave just hit me hard
yep,
right now. Remember those hit clips?
yes.
Holy cow.
A player piano, a floppy disk chump, a toothbrush,
I'm sorry, what?
a toothbrush that is going to play the song Pulling Teeth.
Like, do you have to hear it? Like, you have to put it in your mouth to listen to it? That's
Well,
weird.
no, it's an electric toothbrush. When you turn it on, it'll play the song.
No, I'm saying like, like bone conduction.
Yes.
So,
Oh, yeah, that would be funny. But I honestly think, as much as you don't like Green Day, I think you should buy this. But the song Basket Case is going to be played on a big mouth Billy Bass. And, it's the fish that
oh,
you
of
hang on
course,
the
yeah,
wall. Yeah.
yeah. It turns its
Yes.
head. Yeah,
So there are only going to be 25 of each available.
yeah. Okay. Good luck.
So good luck.
Good luck.
So,
All righty.
but I just thought that was really cool. And then the last bit of news to share, and Larry, I saved this one for you because I know you're really excited about it, and I believe you pre-ordered it, is Nintendo's recent announcement of releasing their new sound clock, which is called the Alarmo.
Oh, the Alarmo.
Yep, the Alarmo dropped on October 9th. It's already sold out at the Nintendo store in New York, which I
Yep.
read earlier. The cost is $99.99, but it comes with an alarm clock, USB cable, and an instruction booklet because what this thing does is the alarm clock actually like sounds off to your movements as it's
Yes.
going off. It has full animation on it of you got Mario on there. I think you got Link from Legend of Zelda on
Right.
there.
Right now, it's Super Mario. I believe Odyssey, actually, specifically Odyssey, Breath of
Hmm.
the Wild, which I'll try and
Yep.
delete. Pikmin,
Yes, Pikmin.
and oh, what's the fourth one? I can't remember the fourth one. Is there a fourth one? There might not be a fourth one.
Yeah, but
Oh,
basically what it
Splatoon. No,
Oh,
Splatoon.
Splatoon, right.
Because here,
Because
yeah, go ahead.
basically what it does is it has a sensor on it. And as the alarm goes off, and you know how people are with their alarms and they like kind of, you're kind of groggy and struggling to get
Yep.
up. As you get up, the music will react to your movements.
It's very, very interesting. Yeah, it's. I mean,
Yeah.
when you sit down and think about it, because everyone is dookying on this, as we mentioned before,
Oh,
because apparently Nintendo can't have two R&D departments working on the Switch 2 and something fun at the same time. God forbid. But
you take these things too personally.
mine's arriving October 17th.
Nice.
So it's a very cool. You're right, and it reacts to your movement. So like, if you lean into it, you lean away from it, it knows when you get up. It knows when you don't get up because then it starts getting mad at you and Bowser shows up to it. But what's interesting is it wakes you with game noises.
Hmm.
We'll use Odyssey first as an example. Like it'll play the Odyssey, whatever the theme song was. I forgot the name of it. Um,
Yep. The one from New
so
Donk City.
yeah, exactly. So it'll
Hmm.
play that, but as you move, like as you stretch or whatever, it plays coin noises. So it
Hmm.
reacts like that. Then if you go back to sleep, it gets mad at you. But the Splatoon one, I can't believe they did this. With the
The
Splatoon
spot.
one,
Oh no.
it'll play Splatoon music, but as you move, it plays ink noises. But
Splat.
it's
Yeah.
ink splat, excuse me, which sounds like a
Yeah.
gun. And I can't imagine waking up and like ba 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 ba.
Well, you
What?
know what? I was just gonna say, some people need that level of like shock to their system to
Oh
get out of
my,
bed.
I can't even imagine, especially being like if it's loud enough, you have it by a window and you hear it from
Mhm.
outside. I was like, I can't believe they did that. But very cool. It's upgradable down the road. You're gonna get stuff from Mario Kart 8, and there's another game I forgot, another one that I'm gonna download eventually. I think this is fun. It's awesome. Again, I got mine coming in next week, so we can do not next week, but later on, I'll do a review of the
Okay.
Alarmo, and I'm looking forward to it. I get a kick out of
All
stuff like
right.
so.
Definitely not. Yeah. And see, it's something, not something I would necessarily look for because I don't even set an alarm because I wake up so ridiculously early. There's no point to me.
There's a
So
lot of
there's
things that are no points to you that you don't purchase that are fun.
well, yeah, I know. Well, I mean,
You
why
gotta get your
why
PS Portal.
what about my PS Portal?
I'm saying you got to get one.
No, I will never use it.
You can use it on the road.
That is it. And that wraps us up for retro news.
Oh, okay. I guess we're done. All righty. And with that, and one more time, where can they find us?
You guys can find us on Facebook.com/Retro Gamers Podcast, on Instagram at Retro Gamers Podcast, on Twitter at
X.
Retro Gamers Pod. You can listen to us wherever you listen to podcasts. You can watch us on YouTube and Spotify at Retro Gamers Podcast, or you can email us at email@theretrogamers.com.
All right. With that, Ant, enjoy your time up there.
Thank you very much. And I will not see you next week, but I will report back from New York Comic Con.
Yes, we will be together, but not really. It'll be interesting.
Yes, it'll
be a fun
very
watch.
interesting.
And if you're at New York Comic Con, enjoy it. We hope to see you there. And we will catch you. Well, hopefully we'll catch you at New York Comic Con with us here at the Retro Gamers Podcast.